me just throw back in, stacked it up all winter, so the summer living lab.
What's good? It's your boy Sav, man. Back with another episode of Building Black, man. I'm with my brother, my partner, you hear me? The one and only, Reese Money, you hear me?
What's up, y'all? Y'all know what's going on, man. Reese Money here, and I'm here with the Maturity Chaser brand because I am the CEO. You feel me? We got the merch right here. Come check us out.
Yes, sir. Before we get in, man, I gotta let y'all. I heard something that's that's finna drop. I'm dropping. I'm dropping Friday. New music on the way. Heru dropping. Go stream, listen, all that shit, man.
Tap in.
Tell them when the email play on the part. Shine on the beat when I sit in the dark. Talk to the flame on when the shoot start. Pull got first, real nigga in my heart. When it's time to take off, going to the stars. I ain't looking back, just playing in the sky. Nigga got no soul, I can see it in his eyes. Swimming it. But yeah, man. Got that shit dropping, man. That shit is on the way, man. So stay tuned. Let's go. Alright, man. So today, man, we're going to talk about a lot of interesting topics, you know. But we want to talk about building ourselves, building our character, you know, evolving, continuing to grow, you know, building a legacy for ourselves and the people that come after us and making a positive impact on the world. So, yeah, Reese. So today I was just sitting, brainstorming, thinking about some topics we could talk about.
What you be thinking about?
And the first thing I want to think about is, if I'm flat broke, how can I get capital to support my business?
Man, and that honestly, that all starts with you. You feel me, brother? You got to take the steps in order to change your life around, and it starts with you. So with you being flat broke, I understand what you're saying. You got to gain capital to make some more money.
Right.
You got to have that money in order to flip that money.
You need money to make money, right?
Right. So in the sense of gaining capital, you want to start with your credit. It all starts with your credit. It starts with you. You know what I'm saying? Your credit holds leverage to all these banks, to the loans, the grants, whatever you know what I'm saying, you feel like you need in the line of business or understanding. That's what credit holds the key to.
So like, we heard about credit, but it's like nobody teaching us. So like, How do we learn about credit and like, how do we start to build our credit? What steps can I take to build my credit and actually take it to the next level?
Right. I mean, and I'm not no expert. You know, let me put that out there first. I'm not no expert on credit, but I do have my head on straight, and I know what I'm doing when it comes to credit in those situations. So for my intake on that piece, I read this novel called Your Score, and it was a wonderful book. Explaining more of the credit side and how to get into it. And one thing that they said in that credit book is to start off from the bottom, basically, because you have no credit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to credit, until you actually put a credit card in your name, a car loan, a bill, or anything in your name, you have no credit.
Right.
You have no access to anything. You got a number, but that number is just, like I said, a number.
So it's just a blank number.
So to start off, I would tell you to go get a credit card. Go get a low limit credit card. And I'm not saying one of those $10,000 credit cards with a 15% APR.
But even when you talk about credit cards like that, you're not even finna get approved for that off the rip anyway.
Right.
So what you need, a secure credit card.
You need a secure
put
credit card.
$200, $300 down on a secure credit card and build that. So that's what I'm working on now. Again, multiple. So I got one secure credit card, but I need to have multiple.
Right.
So is it good to have multiple like lines of credit, like with different banks and different lenders? Like, do they help build your score? Like, how that works?
So, when it comes to having multiple lines of credit, I say it's a no. And I say that because in the book it also says it's a no. And when you starting off from the bottom, you don't want to have, your foot dipped in all these different puddles because you only got 2 feet. You can only put 1 foot there and 1 foot there. So why go put 2 feet into 6 different puddles that you can't, fulfill? And that's how I look at it.
So you saying credit is the best? Credit is my best option to get capital.
Yes,
so
yes,
over a job, over.
Yes, sir. And I say that because a job is not going to gain you credit.
Right.
A job does not build your credit report. Just because you're you're getting income or gaining income doesn't mean that it's putting you ahead of, you know what I'm saying, that credit score. Doesn't mean it's going towards your numbers increasing, your numbers decreasing.
So is you saying I need to go and get some type of debt, not debt necessarily, but some type of bill or responsibility that ties into my credit, like a car note or a phone bill or stuff like that?
Correct. And I say that because like a bill, like you say, a bill is good to build credit, but that's only showing them that you can pay things back on time. It's only showing them that you're responsible.
Gotcha.
It's about the responsibility of things.
So look, I know you can make money, so this is gonna lead into my next topic I want to talk about. I know you can use debt to make money, and like just me studying a lot of millionaires, I see that's what majority of these multi-millionaires are doing is they using debt to create more wealth for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how can I use debt to make more money?
Honestly, man, it starts back with credit cards. It starts back with gaining that credit. Once you get that credit card, you use your debt to build that credit score. Once you use your debt to build that credit score, you gain that capital because banks are going to want to give you more capital once you already have secured credit card. You already have a report showing that you did something. You previously, you know what I'm saying, took care of this. You previously handled these.
You got a history of paying stuff back, so I can lend you more because you got a history of paying stuff back.
Right. It's all about that history. If you don't build that history, then you're not gonna gain no capital. Ain't no capital.
And let me tell y'all this, cause I'm working on my credit, so like this is something I'm doing now actively. You know what I'm saying?
Actively, we both are
building my credit, but. What people gotta understand, it's a long game, you know, and that's what you gotta understand. It's a long game. People don't care about credit because they don't understand the longevity of how you can use that debt to make you more money. You know what I'm saying, and create an empire of debt. You know, because that's what a lot of the millionaires do. Because I really feel like in a way in this world you kind of don't really own nothing. The only thing you really own is your soul and yourself and your being. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, anything can be stripped. You can say you own a home, but if you don't pay that property tax, they gonna come strip it. You can say you own this and that, but if you don't pay them taxes, they gonna come take it. So what in this world do you really feel like you really own? You know what I'm saying?
Man, just like you said, I'm gonna touch back on what you said. You own your soul. You own your physical body. You own the person you look in the mirror every day. That's the only thing you own in this life we live in today, because everything is up for grabs. Everything is either on the table with 1,000 people around it, or it's not even on the table yet. Sometimes you gotta put stuff in perspective.
You say it's not even on the table yet.
Right, it's not even on the table yet. And that's deeper to think about, because alright, you got all these stuff going around in the world, but what are you gonna put on your table so you can put it on your plate and you can really assess your meal and then you can get to work? That's what it comes down to.
I feel that, and that's another thing, and that's why this my partner, like, cause I understand it's a mindset first, and then it's the ability to exert action and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And action is an important piece in all this. All right, but I also feel like I kind of feel like, so basically, let me touch on this first. This channel is for everybody. See. The truth and justice does not lie within race. It lies within your heart and your frequency. So I'm never judging a person solely off their race, but also off their heart too. So, but at the same time, it is a oppression on the black melanated people. So at the same time, I do want to talk about kind of like the systematic blocks put in place to keep people stuck, and like how can they overcome this. I'm gonna give you an example of systematic blocks that I'm talking about, or systematic ways of oppression to keep a certain group of people oppressed. Right. So I say traffic tickets. That's like your basic one. Like just think about how many people are making minimum wage and they get this $150 ticket and they still barely living. Or you got taxes. Just think about it. You taxed on your money, and then whenever you spend it, you tax on it again, and it's taxes on everything. And how can you eat when you steady being taxed, but inflation is steady going up? You know what I'm saying? Also, insurance. You know what I'm saying? It's a law to have insurance on your vehicle. So if you got a car, you gotta pay that insurance. Child support, felonies, example, like them are all things that like oppress you in this system. How can we overcome those things? Cause it's so many melanated people that's really oppressed by this shit, and it's like it's a system put in place that's oppressing them. It's not just like a race or a person. You know what I'm saying? What ways you think we can counter that?
And when you say that, the understanding I get from you is that it's a lot of things going on in this world that holds us back from reaching our goal.
Right.
That's mainly what you're speaking.
Right. Yep.
That's mainly the statement. And with all these things holding us back, it's about what we do in our day-to-day life to change that situation. So, okay, the traffic tickets, let's touch bases on that. Traffic tickets come from doing illegal things on the road.
Right.
Why? Stick to the rules and you won't have a ticket. You know?
Right. And you say that, and I feel you. I feel the accountability in it. But at the same time, the first and the end of the month, they got a quota to meet too. So,
right.
So at that same time, it's still. Mm-hmm. So what you think about that? Like that's true. You always got to be accountable for everything in your life. But how the counter of that, like, what?
That comes back
out our hands, huh?
You know what I'm saying? That comes back to stuff that's not in our.
But it is though. If we approach it on a unified scale, I feel like we can have shit change. You know what I'm saying? But like that's a whole different level of. And that's the whole thing. Like you said, I do think it starts with being accountable though. Cause to change the world, you can't change the world. You gotta change yourself first, and then you'll affect the world and you'll impact the world. So I do feel that too though.
You have to. And if you don't change yourself, how are you gonna change that group? How are you gonna change your younger siblings, your younger cousin, your children, the people that you know what I'm saying are coming up behind you? If you don't change yourself, how can you create, change, or build them in the correct way?
And I'm happy you said that. So I told you I'm reading The Laws of Human Nature, right? And it's basically about, it's not about, but I'm reading in the chapter now where he's basically saying a kid was oppressed by his parents growing up. Not his parents, just his father. His father punished him and he beat his kids and shit. And basically how when he was isolated, he came to overcome that and basically be able to forgive his father, and he changed himself. He forgave. He changed his attitude first of all, and then he was able to forgive his parents, right? And then he came back and he had a newfound love for himself, and he was a more loving and open person to new experiences, right? And when he came back to be with his family, and he said basically the rest of the family was being down by their father, he came and spread that light on the family. So I definitely feel that.
And yeah, that's a big thing though. Like with you saying that, it explained to me that kid didn't have no type of dream. He didn't have no type of image in his head. He didn't have what he needed to grow, to progress, to take those steps up the ladder that you need to take. Yeah. So he separated himself. He removed himself from that environment. He removed himself from that situation to where he can build on his own. He can grow on his own. And then he come back and love his family the way he needed to.
Because he know who he is now.
Right.
And that's important. Like you said, self-image. And that's the whole thing. Self-image is everything. Because how you look at yourself, you're going to look at the world. The way you look at yourself is how you're going to view the world, period. And it's just like, the moment you want to open your mind and expand, you got to really disconnect from more so the society, not Earth, but like, basically what I'm saying is you got to disconnect. You got to disconnect from everybody and really take the time to learn yourself and get to know yourself so you can have something to stand on. Like as a man, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. So you gotta have a basis in what you stand on and know yourself to a certain extent where it's like, this not me or this is me. You gotta know what's you and what's not you is what I'm saying basically.
Amen. And I want to touch bases on that self. When it comes to self, everything starts with self. Everything starts with self-esteem, self-accountability, self-consistency, self-understanding. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand yourself in order to take those steps to grow yourself. In order to take those steps to change yourself and change the people around you. So it starts with you.
Gotcha. And I was just thinking earlier, like a lot of people dream of being rich and wealthy, but it's like a lot of people do the same things. Go to clubs. Now, and it's not wrong, nothing wrong with this, but like you gotta understand the balance of like everybody want a club and live in their pleasures and have fun, but nobody want to put that hard work in, and like that hard work is what that 1% who really got it doing. You know what I'm saying? Them people who really got that wealth, they moving different. They reading books. They expand their mind, because y'all don't understand that reading is like the best. Like you watch a show and you be so interested in a show, reading is that on a different level. Because when you read, you gotta take the words and then put it into a picture in your mind, and that's using your creative imagination. You know what I'm saying? And that's something a lot of people let die as they get older, because society sucks that out of them. And that's why a lot of people don't achieve their dreams, because they just stop. They get sucked out by society. And I feel like that's what you heard as an adult. You want to live life as a kid, you know, and not in a way where you not taking care of responsibility or anything, but you want to still have that youth life and the ability to dream big. Because I really feel like that's what's gonna take us there, the ability to dream big.
Right. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Because without a dream, you don't have a vision. Without a vision, you don't have a destination. And without a destination,
you just roam and you lost. You know what I'm saying? You lost in the sauce. You just out here.
Thank
you know,
you,
just out here. I feel that.
Thank you, my brother.
But let's go back to the bigger things like we was talking about. I wanna get back into, cause let's keep it all the way above. Me and you, we both got legalities going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my brother Heru just graduated college less than a year ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Graduated college with a bachelor's, you know what I'm saying? And what?
A bachelor's in marketing.
So, and it's like we find these cases where if anything goes wrong, we could turn out to be felonies, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, first of all, let me ask you, do you feel like you went to college for nothing? In a sense, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? If something does happen, you possibly could be a felon, and that would like, would you feel like that kind of like cancel out your diploma in a way?
I mean, in a way, yeah, honestly. And I feel like it does cancel out your diploma, because that's not something they really tell you. You know, if you got a felony, you can't get a job.
Right.
You can't go do certain things.
Right.
So if you can't go do these certain things, just because I have a degree and a felony does not mean I'm going to get that job. It does not mean they're looking at me anymore, because, like I said, that felony is on there.
Right.
So, okay, I got a degree. I got a master's degree. But after I got that master's degree, I caught a felony case 2 weeks later. Now, the big job that I was just supposed to go sign into, they don't want me anymore.
Right.
Because I done caught a felony.
Right.
But you just took away my whole life and the things that I've been working for what, 4, 6, 8 years?
Right, exactly.
Because of something that I mistakenly did in 10 seconds.
Right.
1 minute.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Right, exactly.
I threw away my life, but you helped me throw away my life.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
You didn't necessarily throw away your life, because it's like, that's why I go back to law and who created law and like who are lodging and partying and putting it together these laws, because there's somebody doing it, and who favor is it in, who favor is it against.
Right.
So at the same time, it's like if you become a felon, it's basically like you practically cancel out of corporate America, right? Right?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
It is.
So you canceled out of corporate America, right? But it's like that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's like it don't really make sense, and it's so easy to catch a felony. You can get your felony almost doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do we fight that type of? That's what I'm saying. How do we fight that? That's what I'm saying. Like, And I understand, because I feel like the way for us to fight it, in my opinion, is to come together. First of all, we got to unify, and because that's the only way. We got black people have the highest dollar, so anywhere we spend our money, if we boycott that shit, we can make changes anywhere. We got to unify in some type of way, even if it's just like, I don't know. We gotta start going back to community, having like council meetings and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause how do we fight that on the scale where it's really gonna impact and change? You know?
Honestly, it ain't nowhere.
Think so?
It ain't nowhere. I mean, it starts off with ourselves, but it also starts off with us getting this group together, getting that group together, this organization together, that organization together, and really building that unity and that togetherness so we can take on the government. And the government itself.
But you just said there ain't no way though. Is it a way or is it ain't a way?
It's not a way. It's not a way.
So you saying it's a way? You saying it's a way, but niggas ain't finna do that shit, basically.
No, it ain't a way.
How? You just said it's a way though.
It
You
ain't
just
a way.
said a whole strategy.
Because I feel like that's still not a way. I feel like that's still not a way.
Yeah.
Personally, just because I put it on the table don't mean that it's gonna fall through. Don't mean that it's gonna work. It's a strategy. That's just like having a plan A and a plan B.
Yeah.
Just because you got a plan A don't mean you have to have a plan B. But you got that plan B in case that plan A don't work. Just like in this situation.
But that's what I'm saying. So do plan B, well, okay. Strategist, I guess you could call it like that, like chess, you know?
You know what I'm saying? It's all about chess. We have the strategy. We know what might help, what might change the situation. Right. But then once we get to that final step of fighting the government, who do we really need? What's really gonna change?
Yeah, that's why I be saying it get tricky though, cause that's what I'm saying. Cause all skin folk ain't kin folk, and it's not. You could the person right next to you could be working against you in not like working against you, but have a whole different. It's all about morals and virtues. If y'all don't believe the same shit, then they believe the opposite shit. It's like how that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Contradicting yourself. It's a contradicting game going on, and in the sense of a contradicting game, you can't do anything. But
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the way we really take this shit back is just becoming small business owners again, and really like becoming skillsmen, tradesmen, and just really learning how to be more skillful and being more of a value to others. Cause I feel like when you be a value to others, that's when you can make shit happen. Like we stuck in this position. Just think about it. All the Mexicans come over here and take y'all jobs because they can bring some type of skill. And they skill is hard work and shit. And some of them know carpentry and shit like that. Like we gotta learn more shit that we can actually like skills. Basically, we gotta learn more skills, more ways to bring value to others and stop just being so caught in having the newest versions of other people's shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I've been seeing, like, I feel like our generation been, like, being more on that content creating, being creators, creating clothes, creating different shit, you know? Yep, so what you think?
Man. When it comes to really changing, it starts with us. And just like you said, it starts with getting those trades, learning how to do this, learning how to build a house, learning how to do carpentry, learning how to sew, learning how to paint, learning how to be a lawyer.
Facts.
Like, okay,
we need more black lawyers.
Let's talk about these trades,
sure.
Let's also talk about this stuff that we need changing. Like, you want to change the government, but it also starts with getting some of us,
right?
Some of the people that think like us, not saying our clothing, but some of the people that think like us in the office.
Right.
Some of the people that think like us in the government, in those lawyer buildings, in those courtrooms, to where they understand, like, all right, we all on the same path, we all got the same understanding, now we all fighting for the same thing.
So yeah, I agree with you though, bro. I agree with you saying about people needing to be building a network of skills, trades, and also to bounce off that, I like to say that people need to be more accountable, like you were saying too. Like Because at the same time, we got a lot of people relying on the government to feed them, to clothe them, to house them, to teach their kids. Like, you can't expect the oppressor to never teach your kid how to be a free person. The oppressor is only gonna teach your kid how to be a slave, and it's like we even see that shit like the school system is failing. So it's like we gotta really take matters into our own hand. You gotta educate your own kid at this point, and you gotta really be accountable. See, like, my goal in the end, and my true vision of success, is when I'm self-sufficient. When I can live off grid, when I can provide my own energy, water, you know what I'm saying? You know, when I can really do this shit for myself.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, brother, because I always had a goal for myself. Like, in my mind, that's what I visioned in the past time. I vision that. I see it every day. I know I will have a garden. I know I will have farm animals and growing my own products and making my own milk and breeding my own eggs. I know I'll be doing these different things because I want to be self-sufficient. I don't want to have to live off everybody. It has to do with you. Everything has to do with you. Self-esteem, self-belief, self-consistency, self-efficiency. Everything has to do with you. So why not take control of your own life?
Why not?
Why let the money be the devil?
For sure. And what good is your money without your soul? You hear me? So it's just like, choose to get your money in a moral way. Choose to have integrity in your life, period. And everything you do, have integrity. You know what I'm saying? And just try to do right by people. And I promise you, you will have the most harmonious life you can have, and, you know, uplifting.
And really build, and to touch bases on another thing is like really build character. When it comes to, you know what I'm saying, growing in life, it's not about your finances. It's not about the steps you take every day. It's about that steps you take every day to build character. It's about what you're doing to really change the next person's mindset, to really change your mindset and really shape the world around you as well as your world. You know what I'm saying? Character is the number one thing, and I got that from the book I read as well, Hidden Potential.
Alright, bro, so let them know about the clothing brand, when we can expect the drop, what's going on?
Man, maturity chaser. So right now, I've been doing all new stuff, y'all. I have all one-of-one shirts going on right here. These are hoodies, these are full zip hoodies. They all one of one. I'm not doing another, you know what I'm saying? Once this girl get her hoodie, that's hers. I won't make another one. Once she get her hoodie, it's hers. I'm not making another one. You know what I'm saying? And I can create different ones with the wording, but your colorways will be different. I wanna be able to distinguish you. I wanna build a community of distinguished people because we all have our own pieces to the puzzle. We're a big society and we come together as one. You know, I got a graphic tee dropping. I still will be releasing clothes. I have a graphic tee dropping August 24th, inspired to Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? 0824. I got a graphic tee dropping for him. And I have some more stuff coming to y'all real soon, man. Follow me. The links will be below.
Links in the description.
You know?
Yep.
That's pretty much all I got to say, man. Understand your path, see your destination, and take control of your journey.
Tapped up. And, you hear me? And we got, you know, Heru, our new music on the way. Heru dropping May 17th on Friday. Tune in. That is on the way. You hear me?
That score.
We out.
That score.
Then we hit the Western Stripper party, just so back in, stacked it up all winter, so the summer.